Hey everybody, this is Mrs. Hiltz, and in this video we are going to go over the different forms of energy. Alright, so you guys already saw this slide. This was on the last lecture titled Energy, and this is going to be a great slide to reference when you guys are identifying the different forms of energy. So what you're going to be doing with part 4 as well as part 5 on the Introduction to Energy worksheet. And in the future, this is also going to be a great slide to look back on just for reference when you are identifying potential kinetic energy at any point. Some things to note on here are first, radiant energy. So radiant energy is, of course, radiant energy, but it can also be called electromagnetic energy, and that is in the description. Okay, so if you guys ever answer something and it was supposed to be radiant energy and you say electromagnetic, or vice versa, you say electromagnetic and it was supposed to be radiant, you will still get the points. Saying either or is like saying tomato, tomato. Another point I want to make is with motion. So motion for kinetic energy, that is the same thing as mechanical kinetic energy or motion mechanical energy. And if you see directly across from it on the left, under potential is stored mechanical energy. Mechanical energy is just really the same thing as saying energy. When it's stored, it was potential energy. When it was in motion, it was kinetic energy. Okay, so we're basically just throwing in mechanical when we were saying potential energy versus or kinetic energy. All right, now let's go through some examples. What is example of mechanical energy? Well, we just said that that can be potential or kinetic. So it can be due to motion or based on something's position. We got a bowling example. So this bowling ball, it had mechanical energy. The ball strikes the pins and the ball was moving, therefore motion. It had kinetic energy. And the ball also had potential energy because it was going to be hitting the pins, and the energy actually gets transferred to the pins. Electromagnetic energy or radiant energy. This can be like your phones or these towers, any type of light energy, anything that you would see on the electromagnetic spectrum. Okay, so anything from visible light to non-visible light, all of the different rays, X-rays, infrared rays, ultraviolet rays, microwaves, radio waves, all of those are under electromagnetic or can also be considered radiant energy. All right, now electrical energy. So, power lines. Energy caused by the movement of electrons. So when you plug something in the wall, this is electrical energy that causes that something to be charged or to turn on of some sort. And it is transported through power lines. That's how it gets to your house. Some of you guys could probably even look outside right now and see the power lines going to your house. That is giving your house the electrical energy that it needs to do all of the things that you want your house to do. Chemical energy. So this isn't just energy in a lab. It is energy really anywhere almost. Chemical energy is released from chemical reactions. So that can be from striking a match to eating something to burning any type of thing. But chemical energy is whenever there is a breaking and making of new bonds. Right? And that energy is stored between the bonds, and the amount of energy, it just depends on what was broken or what was made, and if it was an exothermic or endothermic. Here are some more examples of chemical energy. We already talked about food, and that does look delicious. Gasoline is also a type of chemical energy. It's literally a chemical that is used to create energy to power other things. And a battery is a great example of chemical energy, but even a better example of electrochemical energy because it involves both electrical and chemical forms. and thermal energy. I think a lot of people have talked about this in previous science classes, but this is the heat energy, right? And it determines how active the atoms are. So really, really fast moving atoms are hot, excited atoms. Slower moving atoms are cool. And more movement means more thermal energy. So more heat, more thermal energy. Cooler, less thermal energy. All right, same things that I was just going over. All right, diving into practice. And I do recommend having out the slides that are posted on Google Classroom so that you guys can check back on the different types of energy as you're going through this. So, what type of energy cooks food in a microwave oven? If you need to pause the video, go ahead. We're going to go over the answer in 3, 2, 1. Electromagnetic slash radiant energy. That is what cooks your foods. You got microwave giving off microwaves. All right, now what about the type of energy on the spinning plate inside of the microwave? All right, again, if you need to pause the video, go ahead. We're going to go over the answer in 3, 2, 1. Mechanical energy, just movement of the plate. So motion mechanical energy, or if it's not moving, stored mechanical energy, because it does have the potential of moving. All right, some more practice. Electrical energy is transported to your house through power lines. When you plug an electrical fan to a power outlet, electrical energy is transformed into what type of energy? All right, so we already identified the electrical energy. So now what type of energy is that electrical energy transformed into with the fan? If you need to pause the video, do so. We're going to go over the answer in 3, 2, 1. Mechanical energy, just the movement of that fan. So motion energy, so this would be the kinetic mechanical energy. It could also be the potential mechanical energy if the fan is not on. All right, another one. We already have the electrical energy identified. And what type of energy occurs when the electric lamp is turned on? Again, if you need to pause the video, do so. We're going to go over the answers in 3, 2, 1. This is electromagnetic energy. Okay, so thinking back to the electromagnetic spectrum, and we have microwaves on there, but we also have visible light on there. And this lamp is giving off visible light, therefore it is electromagnetic energy. If you said radiant energy, that is also correct. Okay, so we got a man, I think that's a man, pushing a box. And what type of energy is shown below? I'll give you guys a hint. There are 2. If you need to pause the video, do so. We're going to go over the answers in 3, 2, 1. All right, types of energy are mechanical and thermal energy. All right, so mechanical because this box is in motion. This person, I know we can't see it now, it's not moving, but they are pushing the box. And because that box, it doesn't have wheels on it, it probably doesn't have any type of lubricant on it. It's definitely having some friction against the floor. And friction, just like when you rub your hands together, creates heat. What is heat energy? That is thermal energy. Okay, oh, I got a nice little tree. Not really little, but okay, got a tree here. What type of energy is being shown with this tree? You need to pause the video, do so. Going over the answers in 3, 2, 1. Chemical energy. All right, if you're unsure about why, think about what causes any type of plant to grow. Photosynthesis. That is literally a chemical reaction. Therefore, chemical energy is with this tree. All right, now what about this one? Got a clicker and a TV. So what type of energy, or types, plural, of energy are shown below? Give you guys a hint. There are three. If you need to pause the video, do so. We're going over the answers in 3, 2, 1. There is electrical, because the TV had to be plugged in. There is mechanical, because there's some motion in there. And electromagnetic energy, because we have that visible light coming off of the TV. And I guess if you get really technical, you could even say chemical, because there's probably a battery in that clicker as well. All right. Next up, what type of energy is shown with this beautiful looking tomato? All right. If you need to pause the video, please do so. We're going to go over the answers in 3, 2, 1. Chemical energy. So not only is this similar to the tree with how it grew with photosynthesis, like all plants do, but when you eat it, that also gives you chemical energy because food gives you energy. All right, and last one, type of energy is shown below. Again, if you need to pause the video, go right ahead. We're going to go over the answers in 3, 2, 1. This is thermal energy. And if anybody also said electrical energy, since your stove or the stove would be plugged in, that would also work. But it is giving off thermal energy because it's giving off heat. Now, if this was a gas burner, it would also be giving off thermal energy. But what do you think would be different, or what other type of energy would be added with a gas stove? Hope you were thinking chemical. Just like how gasoline powers your car, the gas that, different type of gas, but the gas that powers your stove will also create that thermal energy through chemical energy. All right, thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions.